One love. Okay. Okay. And it's the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. What's going on, y'all? Urban Therapy with Sun 752. And this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Today, on this last day of April, almost May. Today, last day of April, almost May. Hey, how y'all feeling? Everything good? Today we're gonna talk about something that we talked about before when we wasn't doing it on YouTube years ago. I know I did a show probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was called it wasn't this exact title, but it was this exact concept. That's why I called this a part two. Because I think that now after the pandemic, and I guess we're after the pandemic now. I'm not really sure. What do y'all say? Are we post-pandemic or are we still riding it out? Because a lot of people are still wearing masks. A lot of people are still practicing disinfectant and what should I say, disinfecting and really sanitary types of practices. So I don't know. I think that we're out of the if you get COVID, you're probably going to die type of stages, but I don't know if we're all the way out of the pandemic. I work in a hospital, so I still see a large number of COVID patients come through. So I know that we're not back in 2020, but nonetheless, during during 2020 and 2021 and for a lot of 2022, we were very much ingrained in the pandemic, and this COVID thing was engulfing much of our lives. And during the 2020 and part of 2021, when we were quarantined, when we had to stay in the house, many of us got to know our families and people that we were living with in ways that we probably had not paid attention to before. And so when I talk about when your woman reminds you that she's still a girl, you know, a lot of men deal with women who are self-sufficient. They know how to take care of themselves. I'm not talking about no I don't need no man type of woman, but I'm talking about a type of woman who understands that she might have to do for herself until she is with somebody who will help do for her or do with her. You know what I mean? So with so many single mothers being out there having to hold down their family, having to take on the roles of the mom and sometimes the father, you know, um, when you get with a woman like that who shows a lot of her masculine side in a good way. In other words, a lot of women out there take the man's side. And when you deal with a woman that maybe likes sports or see or will admit that sometimes women mess up or do things bad to men on purpose. And there are a lot of women like that take a man's side a lot. My mom was that type of woman. You know, She's definitely a girly girl, but aside from being a girly girl, my mom ain't the type to be like, all women are good or sugar and spice and everything nice. She was never like that. She was always the type that put me on. She would tell me, like, listen, first of all, one of them girls out there going to try to say that they pregnant by you and they're gonna be lying. And so they're gonna do certain things to try to control you. So you're gonna have to be on your A game. Don't be going out there letting these girls tell you anything that they want you to believe, and you start believing it because it's going to get you in a lot of trouble. That's the type of woman my mom was. At the same time, she liked the craft. At the same time, she liked to sew. At the same time, she believed that girls should wear pink and should play with dolls, and she was into girly stuff. But she also thought like a man in many ways and would protect men in many ways. Like, I think you better watch out for that one, because that one over there, that diva over there, yeah, it's a crazy thing. Because my mom is the type that believes that a man should take care of a woman. She believes in making her own money too, but she believes like, you ain't gonna be with me, and I got bills to pay, and if I got to pay them all myself, then. But since I'm just saying, so it's kind of like, I mean, really, really, when I think about it, she was very much on the fence because she believed that a man definitely needs to contribute financially, but at the same time, she ain't had no problem with fixing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No problem at all. She ain't had no problem with ironing all of your clothes for the week or the month. I iron them all. That's my job. She was definitely the kitchen and the bathroom type of woman. But at the same time, gotta pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Gotta pay for that. So what I'm saying is, women nowadays have been forced into certain situations where they kind of have to show their masculine side. So they might really be into sports, and they might really understand that they have to make a contribution where their sons are concerned. So they gotta have to do some things to make sure that he has what he needs in the absence of his father if he's not there. So when you get with a woman that shows her masculine side, a ride or die chick, you know what I mean? The type of chick that'll tell you, yo, invite all your boys over and I'll make food for all y'all. Y'all can watch the game, y'all can watch the fight, y'all can do all that shit. You know what I mean? I should, go ahead, rock out, drink, smoke, whatever y'all want to do. You deal with a woman like that, you might get so much into seeing how she's a ride or die chick that you might forget that there's a little girl inside. There's a little girl inside, a little girl that has had her feelings hurt a lot of times. And that might be why she displays a lot of masculine friendly traits. I'm not saying that she's masculine. I ain't talking about, she want to, I don't know. Hold on. I was about to say, I ain't saying that she might want to get in the gym and learn how to box, but she might. She might. It don't mean that if you hit her too hard, she might cry. You know what I mean? You can't treat her like a man just because she's a woman who has shown you that she's tough. So the exterior might be tough, even though it's pretty. Her interior might be tough, even though she has feelings. So sometimes a man can forget that his woman has feelings, feminine feelings. But when certain subjects come up, when certain topics come up, it might come out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to talk about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. When your woman reminds you, I should have said when your woman has to remind you that she's still a girl. Because she might have to. Niggas be forgetting. They be forgetting that they woman is still a girl. She's still a girl, homie. You know what I mean? She might still like frilly things. You know what I'm saying? A romantic comedy might come on, and you know what I'm saying? She feels some kind of way about it. You might forget because she's been taking up for you on social media or taking up for you against anybody that had something to say about you. You might have forgot that she like gossip a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she like to know what's going on with her peoples. She like to know what's going on with her friends. You know what I'm saying? She might be a little interested in what celebrity relationships are going on and all that kind of stuff. You might have forgot that because she's been riding for you. She's been throwing money on your books and you ain't even in jail. Do you understand what I'm saying? She's been putting money on your books and you ain't locked up, nigga. In other words, she been holding it down for you. She been holding it down for you. Mentally, physically, financially sometimes. I don't know. For all the niggas out there that know what I'm talking about, holla at me. If your girl has ever thrown you a couple of dollars and you wasn't broke, like, well, what's this? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Because chicks be having ways of getting money besides tricking. No, chill out, brothers. Women be having ways of getting money. She might have played the lottery, and instead of keeping it to herself and being stingy, she might have threw you $100, or she might took you out to dinner. Like, yo, we going out tonight. You like, damn, babe, I was, you know what I mean? You know how niggas don't be wanting to admit that they ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? Right. Well, I'm saying, this is my off pay week, and I had to pay my child support. I had to, no, I said we going out tonight. I got you. You like, what? Well, okay. Okay. Shit, niggas thinking like, well, how much of this date are you paying for? I mean, because first of all, where we going to go eat? Where we going to eat? Oh, well, I was thinking we would go to Del Frisco's, like Del Frisco's. We taking a subway because the parking downtown, it's expensive. They be jerking people with the park. Unless, I mean, we can find a place to park, but we might have to drive around for a while. She's like, no, we gonna park in the garage. As a matter of fact, you know what I mean? We might have our shit valeted tonight. You're like, oh, because you was thinking, well, she gonna pay for the dinner, then I'm probably gonna pick up the tip, and I'm probably gonna have to pay for the parking. It's only right. She's like, nah, I got everything. I got the food, I got the parking, I got the tip, I got the drinks, I got everything. Things like that. Like I said, she put money on your books and you wasn't even in jail. Shoot. That's a hell of a feeling. You know what I mean? She ain't do something for you or give you something to emasculate you. She just letting you know that she appreciates you. Like, for all the times that you held me down, look, I got you. 500. What kind of chicks gives that man 500? You get to counting this shit. Like, hold on. I mean, peeling off. Hold on. You get to peeling. Like, it's really 5. It's 5 C notes. Because she might have got that. She might have, got that tax return, whatever, that earned income credit. She got 3-4 kids. You like, how you gonna give me $500? You got 3-4 kids. She's like, yeah, I got a job too. Remember, I got a job. I make money. I go to work every day. Putting money on your books and you ain't even in jail. So when you got a woman that might put money on your books and you ain't even in jail, you might forget. That there was a time in her life when she was molested or raped or scared, or she was at the pool. She was at the pool and somebody threw her in the pool in the deep end and she ain't know how to swim. And from then on, she been scared of the water. No, I ain't saying she didn't wash her ass. She washed her ass, but she's scared of the water. She's scared to get in that shit. You know what I mean? So she still has thoughts and fears and concerns like a girl does. She might have been in a bad car accident when she was younger. You know what I mean? So when you start drag racing on the expressway or on 95 or some other highway, she like, babe, you gotta chill. You know what I mean? She got red line fever. She's like, little girl inside. You know what I mean? She might be scared. She might be scared to drive over a bridge or walk over a bridge. She don't like bridges. You know what I'm saying? And she might get real choked up, scared, or just break down and try to hide or cry, when something like that happens. Other than that, she might be the type that pull out the blicky and be ready to ride. You mess with her kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you. Don't mess with my kids. Don't mess with my man. Don't mess with my kids. Don't mess with my man. Don't mess with my kids. Don't mess with my man. You could do what you ever would. No, wait. I messed up that rhyme. No, don't worry about it. But you know what I'm talking about. So when we talk about when your woman has to remind you that she's still a girl, when your woman has to remind you that she's still a girl, you know what I'm saying? It might be a eye-opening experience, which might have you wondering how you forgot that she was a girl in the first place. Because it sure wasn't her masculine qualities that attracted you to her in the first place. And if it was, all right, soft boy. All right, homo thug. But all right, but we ain't gotta do that today. We ain't gotta do that today. All I'm saying is, when your woman has to remind you that she's still a girl, we're talking a lot about communication. Communication. Because she needs to communicate to you that there are times when she needs to be handled with care. She needs you to be more delicate with her. You know? Physically and emotionally. How many of y'all women out there, how many of y'all men out there have dealt with a woman who shuts down if you raise your voice at her? I mean, keep it a buck. There are a lot of women. Now you raise, even if she raised her voice at you first, she can't handle nobody yelling at her. It'd be like, now there are plenty of women who fire back because all they do is yell. Arguing is in their DNA. So it's always back and forth. But there are women who don't believe in that shit. So just like when you have to yell at a little girl, like, yo, cut it the fuck out. Little boys do it too. But we ain't talking about little boys right now. Little girl, like, yeah, you ain't. I mean, you know, women be like, yo, you don't have to yell at me. It might make her shut down, or it might bring out the worst part of her. It might be the thing that separates you and her while y'all still together. You ever been with somebody and y'all really separated? You're separated emotionally. It can last for a small amount of time, or it can last a long time. Not all women share exactly what's wrong with them or share with you what you did to hurt them. And that might be the girly part of her that you might have totally missed. So you've been talking to her, communicating with her, you've been addressing her in a way that she really doesn't like. But she ain't even want to tell you that she ain't really like it, or that she's turned off by it, or that her feelings are hurt by it, because she don't want you to know that her feelings get hurt. And you know what? That's a trust issue. That's a trust issue right there. And little girls always, I'm going to gamble by saying this, and the women that are watching this show, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But I would say that all little girls go through some type of trust issue in their younger years. I would say by the time they are 10 years old, they've already developed some kind of trust issue towards somebody. They've already developed some type of trust issue with somebody somewhere. It doesn't have to cripple them. It ain't got to cripple them. It ain't even got to keep them down. But it's going to come out at some point. So that's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Let's get it. The Urban Therapy with Sun show. Let's get it. I said Urban Therapy with Sun show. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight. We go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Son 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Son show. I'm glad to be here, and I hope y'all glad to be here with me tonight, today, to now. We are talking about when your woman has to remind you that she's still a girl. She got to remind you that you can't be getting flipped at the mouth. You can't be calling her the same names that you. I don't know what's up with these niggas out here calling their girl bro. Yo, bro, come on, you tripping, bro? Yo, what up with you, bro? Man, yo, I ain't yo. If I ever call my girl bro, that ain't my girl. If I call you bro, I'm dissing you. You somebody I used to mess with. You somebody I used to deal with. Bro. I don't want no bro and nobody that that's me though. I don't care if you work in construction. I don't care if you wear Daisy Dukes and Tim boots. I don't give a shit. I ain't the one. All right, let's go, y'all. Stacy White, what's up? How you feeling today? And Carol Chamberlain, yo, what's up? What's going on? Brother Ansel Jones, Mia Cunningham. What's up, y'all? Let me see what y'all talking about. Ansel Jones says post-pandemic, since stores are open with people not masked up. Yeah, this pandemic. This is I guess. Yeah, well, they definitely lifted the mask mandate. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Ansel says, wifey is military. We've been at every military base together. There's always one guy that won't take no for an answer when they holler at her. Carol says, I don't like to be yelled at and will yell back, but ain't got nothing else to say to you. Mia says, I do not like to be yelled at. It takes me to another place. That is a big trigger. This is a topic here. This is hitting home. Chill. We not hitting no home. This regular shit. Okay. Carol says, I have trust issues for real. When would y'all say y'all started to develop those trust issues? Because like I said, I think it happens with y'all before y'all turn 10. And it depends on what you consider trust issues to be. For me, trust deals with being unsure. When I know I can trust you, that means I am sure about you. I know that you will do what I expect you to do. That's trust to me. Now, for somebody else, it might mean something else. But for me, it means being unsure. So by the time a girl is 9 years old, on her way to becoming 10 years old, more than likely, someone has made her unsure about whether she is safe around them or not, whether they are going to make her feel comfortable or not. So that's what I mean about trust issues. That's what I mean about trust issues. Mia says, I feel that, Carol, completely forget what the conversation is about once the yelling starts. Heavy. That's definitely a girl thing. But don't get it twisted. Some bitch ass niggas, you know, don't worry about it. Shit, man, you know, a lot of niggas in jail are in jail over somebody saying something wrong to them. I would say probably 75% of people who are incarcerated, it started with somebody saying something, whether they said it directly to them or said it to somebody else about them. There's something verbal going on. Well, I'm talking about violent offenders. My bad. Let me clear that up. Because if you stole something, I don't think it had nothing to do with somebody, said with somebody with what somebody said to you. Mia says, I definitely have a masculine side, but I'm definitely a girl. I can dig it. Carol Chamberlain says, Mia, absolutely. When the yelling starts, it's a whole nother situation. And Mia says, I definitely have a masculine side, but I'm certainly a girl. I don't even think he's even seen my masculine side. I'm a little lamb. A little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb. No. Niggas had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Niggas had a little lamb, and he ain't even know. Niggas had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Niggas had a little lamb, and he ain't even know. He ain't even know. She wouldn't let it show. He ain't even even know. He gonna find out. He might fuck around and find out, or he might find out when she put the 9 out. Anyway, Carol says, for me, it was between 10 and 12. Ages 10 and 12. Okay. Mia says, my issue started when I was young, definitely way before I became a teenager. Well. And Carol says, I really think it's about my trust issue. I really think about, if I really think about it, my trust issue started before 10. See, I told you. I told you. I told you. Trust means being unsure. I don't know how you're going to act. You can never be confident around a dog that you think might bite you. Like, yo, what's up with your dog? You know what I mean? Like, yo, I can't deal with no moody animal. We gonna have this motherfucker put down. I need to be able to leave this dog around the kids. I can't be thinking that he's gonna maul my children. And that normally only happens to people who abuse dogs. And there are many ways to abuse a dog. Feeding them gunpowder and all that kind of stuff. If you make a dog into a killer, well, then you have trained that dog to kill you also. But the bottom line is, it's hard to trust an animal that you aren't sure will not harm you. That's not the move. It's not a good look. Hey, make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752, and we are talking about something being stuck in your no. We're talking about when your woman has to remind you that she's a girl. You can't keep going hard at your woman all the time. You know what I mean? Yes, she might be responsible. Yes, she might be tough as nails. Yes, she might have grown up to be independent. Yes, she might hold the family down. Yes, she might fight against her fears and do things that she really doesn't want to do at times. And yeah, she might get up off her ass and go to work and come home and cook and help the kids with their homework and defend them against lying teachers and bullies in school. She might do the whole thing. And like I said, she might throw some money on your books, even when you ain't in jail. And she might hold it down for you and close the box up, even if you go to jail. She's a straight ride or die. Straight ride or die. No days off. But she might watch a movie like Music and Lyrics and start breaking down crying like, you ever see the movie Music and Lyrics? You know, with Drew Barrymore and that English kid. Hugh, wasn't it? Hugh something. Hugh something. Music and Lyrics. It's a pretty good music, a movie. Good musical score. The Music and Lyrics. Anyway, so she might break, you might go see Love Jones, or that might be she might have a thing for musicals, Girls like musicals. They like them. So, like, although she might like Marvel movies, you took it, she liked Iron Man and X-Men and all that old shit. But she might watch Grease or some shit like that, and it might take her back to a different time. Summer loving had me so fast. Summer loving had me a blast. Matter. Summer days, but the summer night. Well, boom. Tell me more. Damn, Colin Ream popped me in the eye, y'all. It popped me in the eye, son. It popped me in the eye. When your woman has to remind you that she's a girl, she might start acting funny every 28 days. You know why, right? But nigga, you be forgetting. All you know is that, every 28 days, you don't be getting no ass. Well, she got some hormonal things going on every 28 days. And it might make her really irritable. It might really have her in a lot of pain. She's a girl, dog. Yeah, she gets that monthly menstrual, that monthly menstrual cycle. You gotta deal with it. Sometimes it make her bring up shit that you thought you got past. Yeah. That time she caught you with the chick, you know what I mean? She caught you with the chick. That shit was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But every now and then, on that 28, around that 28th day time, she bring that shit up. Well, I wonder how Tamika feel about that. And you like, what? Oh, nothing. Nothing. Oh, what? What, the name Tamika is a trigger for you? Here's something you might not know. Here's something that a lot of men might not know. Even when a woman goes through menopause or has a hysterectomy, it doesn't mean that those hormonal changes don't happen every 28 days. You can take away the things that are supposed to happen with the cycle, but the hormones are still there. So you might have took away the ovaries, you might have took away the uterus, You might have took away the all of the plumbing that's in there. All of the reproduction plumbing, all of the baby making plumbing is gone, but the hormones are still there. So your girl can still have a period emotionally, but she ain't, she don't have a menstrual period. And she might let you know, like, I'm still a girl. I'm still a girl. I am. I am. So, and some women will try to shield you from that. Some women will try to let you know, like you know how women get emotional during their period, but they also sometimes resent the emotions that they feel during their period. Like, shout out to all of the women out there who know that they mind don't be right during their period. They know, like, I'm a whole fucking mess. And when they period go off, it's like a recovery period. Like, I didn't. It's like being drunk for some women. Like, I was drunk, I was high, I tore shit up, I cussed people out, I burned shit down, I slashed, I broke. But I'm better now. And I swear it won't happen like that again. That was a real rough one. That period must have been like twins. So they might try to shield their men from the wrath that they might display when they have their cycle. She's trying to tell you that she's still a girl, dog. She will remind you, whether it's verbally or through body language. She's going to let you know that she's still a girl. You forgot. You forgot. She lets you forget. Remember that. If you forgot, she lets you forget. But you about to get reminded. You got to get reminded. See what y'all got to say. See what y'all got to say. Ansel says, I have a friend that she is on top of the truck with the 40 caliber gun. Emotionally, she's scared though. She might be a beast with that 40 cal, but she might jump on. She probably would jump on the she might jump on a chair with the 40 cal in her hand if she see a mouse. Know what I'm talking about? Know what I'm talking about, Ansel? Carol Chamberlain says, can y'all please like the that's what's up. Yeah, like the video. Stop fronting all the time. You know what I mean? Carol says, never saw that movie. Okay, cool. Mia Cunningham says, well, look up the movie. I mean, it ain't a great movie, but it was actually pretty good. You know, I like romantic comedies personally. I do. I like romantic comedies. They at least they don't normally disappoint. You know, they can be corny because it's always 100% single man meets 100% single woman. Like, they ain't got nobody or nothing going on. They was just sitting there, young, talented, available, just chilling. Nothing going on. Very fantasy-like. Mia says PMS will have you crying 1 minute and being enraged the next, ready to kill something. So I hear. Carol says, you ain't never lied. Mia says, Carol, I was crying and angry. I was crying and angry. I was crying, but couldn't stop. Then I wanted to kill him. I had to put myself on timeout. Mm, mm, mm. Stacey White says, hormones be off the chain. Yes, they do. I thank God every day he ain't make me no woman. Fuck out of here. Y'all got all that. Carol says, I know that feeling, Mia. I find myself getting irritated so easily at the littlest thing. Mm. Mia says, yes, Carol. I have to hide myself from the world. Ansel says, that's the ongoing joke we have where Carol says, I like them too. Talking about the romantic comedies. I like them too, Omar. But sometimes I need a corny movie in my life. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah, little corny movie. So like, that was cute. I don't know. When I look at a movie, I look for good acting. I look for good production. I look for really good writing. And when a movie isn't written well, I get irritated. I do. When I see it hasn't been directed, like basically they just said, "Fuck it, we just gonna leave that in there," or it doesn't look like they rehearsed that scene over. Because I'm like, don't nobody talk like that. And if you're gonna push off something that's unrealistic, you got to do it so dope that it gets you to feeling like, yo, that could happen. And when I see that doesn't happen, like all those movies on Lifetime Movie Network, I'd be like, oh God. Or when I watch, and that's my beef against Tyler Perry movies. I'd be like, come on, dog. Come on. Come on, man. But people be liking that shit. I'd be all mad. I'd be all mad because I'm like, this nigga, you don't have no excuse for not making decent movies. You don't. You got the money, you got the studios, you got everything that all the other black directors and actors didn't have coming before you. You got it all. And you be making that bullshit. Yeah, you giving black people, black actors work and all of that. That's beautiful. Okay. All right. I applaud you for that. But you got to stop being the one that writes all of the films. You got to pass that torch, homie. Because you ain't got it. That should be whack. But a woman might remind you that she's still a girl because she would be liking them Tyler Perry movies. She be liking them. So here y'all are in the movies. After you promised you would never go see another Tyler Perry movie. Yeah, man, yeah, it's all right. That's the popcorn. Yeah. Fucking Mr. Brown, meet the Browns. Fuck out of here. I never forget it. I never forget it in 2008. I think that's the ain't that the year that Meet the Browns came out? I got railroaded into going to see that movie. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know about this Tyler Perry shit. I went to go see that movie. I was so pissed about that movie. She thought the movie was great. I'm looking at her like, that shit was the dumbest shit I ever saw. She was like, that joint is funny. Funny. I didn't think it was funny even this much. Yeah. She was a girl. She was a girl. I tell you what though, we ain't gonna see no more movies. I'm like, no, you ain't picking no more movies. That you one and done. We ain't gonna go see no shit like that no more. Mia says, the bad thing is you know what it is and you are powerless to stop it, and you want to, but you can't. And Ansel says, he has a fan base. Man, does he? I mean, and on the low, I'm proud of him for that. I just wish he put out a better product. Stacey said, I love Tyler Perry movies. All right, y'all. Well, look, thanks for coming out. This has been the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel. We see y'all tomorrow, 7 o'clock. All right. Well, that was good. That was a good show, huh? All right. Man. Woo. Man. I gotta go food shopping. All right. Man. Woo. Yeah, I'm gonna finish you, Crystal. All right. Man, it's crazy out there. It's crazy out there with the I had to go shopping. The fuck? Y'all still here? Shit. Let me put these groceries away. Alright. Oh, that shopping made me hungry. Yeah. Huh. Oh, y'all still here? All right, cool. All right. Well, since y'all waited so long, shit, I went to the market, came back, got me a watermelon. Got them good seasons too. Oh, that's tasty. Good stuff. What y'all want to talk about? Oh, cause no, we finished with all that before about when your woman has to remind you that she. We done with that. I'm finished with that shit. We done with this shit. We not. We new topic. When your man has to remind you that he's still a boy. When your man has to remind you, no. I'm not going. No. Y'all violated. Y'all violated. No, we not going. I ain't talking about that shit. Yeah. That's what woman too. I ain't messing with y'all. That did it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all have made me mad. Nope. How about the Eagles? That's why I'm rocking my Eagle gear. Eagles. You know what I mean? We killed the draft. Yeah, we can talk about anything except for when your woman has to remind you that she's a girl, because we done with that. We are finished. Y'all mad? I got a right to be mad. This is some bullshit. This is the bullshit. This is the bullshit, man. You lucky. You lucky after that. You lucky I don't chew with my mouth open. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it. I'll do it. Oh, man. I don't know what y'all laughing at. I don't see nothing funny. Nothing. Okay, I'll say he puts out movies that his fans want most. Most of his plays are released as movies after he. Oh. Talking about, so yeah, we still here. So what? Y'all waited here the whole time. What time is it? What time did I leave out? What, like 1:18? I know I wasn't at the mark. I wasn't at the store long. Carol, toss it back to the topic. What topic? What topic? You what topic? What you talking about? I know you. I know you not talking about when your woman has to remind you that she's. I know you're not talking about that topic because we been done with that. We've been through. We've been through with that. Yeah, I went and got a watermelon from the store. Yeah, I got that good. Look, I got that good seeded watermelon. I got that good seeded watermelon. I got the good seed. I got the good seed. I got the seeded watermelon. You got seeded watermelon. You got seeded watermelon. I got the seeded. I got the organic. I got the organic. I got the one that was grown right. I got the seeded watermelon. I got the seeded watermelon. I got the seeded watermelon. Anyway, that's right. I'm bragging. That's right. I'm bragging because I got a seeded watermelon. That's right. Everybody can't get that. Everybody can't get that. Carol said, I'm still a girl. Carol said, why you ain't sharing the watermelon? Because y'all was bad. Yeah, I mean, y'all was bad. I need to punish y'all. But one thing is for sure, y'all definitely showing me that y'all girls. And this, and blech, the blech. But let's talk about this for a minute, y'all. For real. The whole shutting down when somebody yells at you thing. Where does that really come from? Like what's up with that? Like why? Why? Like what is it about it? What is it about somebody raising their voice at you that really gets to y'all? Because I really would like to understand this. You know what I mean? I because I don't necessarily understand it. I mean, could it be because I'm always yelling at somebody? Could it be because somebody's always yelling at me? So I'm maybe I've been desensitized to it. What is it? Mm-hmm. What store did I get it at? I can't get that store for free advertising. I'll inbox you. I got you. But no, they ain't getting no free advertising on this show. Especially since they went up on turkey wings and priced them out. You know how long it's been since I've been able to afford turkey wings? I ain't promoting that store. But I'll give them this. I'll give them this. They be coming through with the seeded watermelon early in the season. Carol said, "Well, what's the dang topic then?" Shaking my head, you crazy. Carol said, "So what are you gonna do a show about your seeded watermelon?" Mia, I'm about to yell into this microphone. Like I don't care. I don't care. Look, I don't care. I don't care. Okay, Carol says young girls are sensitive to being yelled at. It makes them feel insecure. But why though? Like I'm just trying to figure out why. Mia says exactly, Carol. It can make you feel less than and very insecure. Is it only when a man yells at y'all? Because when y'all moms be yelling at y'all. They do. Black moms be loud as shit. Get your ass in the house. Get your ass in the tub. Get your ass dressed. Get your ass up to school. Are your moms sensitive to being yelled at too? Is this a new phenomenon? Carol tells me I feel a throat punch loading. Oh, okay. I can't. You got the violence. I don't understand. He says, for me, it's anyone. Carol says, for me, it's anyone. Stacy says, different. It's different when a man yells. And Carol says, it's embarrassing too. Well, what if y'all are, what if it's just the two of y'all? What's so embarrassing about that? Hmm? Hmm? And now, listen, I'm not trying to dispute anything that y'all saying. I'm really trying to understand because I think niggas need to know this. They really do. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: when a man, or should I say, when some men, if they yell at their woman or whatever, or they trying to give them instructions or whatever, and then she just stopped talking or she hesitates when she answers, a lot of times it sends a signal to a man like she must be trying to think of a lie. That's what a man be thinking. And that's what I'm saying. It's really a communication issue. A man is thinking that, okay, but because she's hesitating or because she's not saying anything at all, he must have caught her in a lie. And evidently that doesn't have anything to do with it a lot of times. But he's hearing, oh, she ain't got nothing to say because she lying. Because any other time, she the one doing the yelling. She the one doing all of the accusing. She's the one doing the blah, 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 blah. So, I'm just trying to figure this thing out. Mia says it's different when a man, it's different when men and women yell different emotions. Hmm. Carol says when a man raises his voice at a woman, it can be seen as demeaning, like she's inferior. Mm. Mia says, "Why are you yelling?" Mm, I mean, my voice loud anyway, so people be talking about I be yelling at them no matter what. Mm. So, okay. I guess since y'all railroaded me back to this no good topic. All right, but that's definitely showing a man your girly side that you're still a girl inside. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking at like maybe the yelling takes you back to a certain place in your life. If y'all say that it makes y'all feel inferior, when you're a little girl, when you're a little girl, not that it might not be that you're inferior, but you might have grown up in an environment where girls weren't supposed to do certain things. Like if you grew up in church, maybe you weren't allowed to wear pants, or there were certain toys you weren't allowed to play with. Like only your brothers could play with like trucks and cars and stuff like that. Those weren't toys that you were allowed to play with. We had strong gender identification roles when we were growing up. We really relaxed that nowadays. But for those of us who grew up back in the days, it's still there. So I'm just trying to understand it. It says not you, but for the person yelling. Why do you have to yell? Okay. Mia says your point can be made without yelling. You know what? Sometimes it can't be. Sometimes people act like they don't hear you if you don't raise your voice. And I know that for a fact. Sometimes people's calmness is mistaken for weakness. Sometimes your respectfulness can be taken for weakness. Like, yeah, you better watch your voice when you talking to me. In other words, they're not listening. So sometimes you might, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't ever have to do this with your woman, but sometimes you might have to be like, yo, you better watch who the fuck you talking to, or who the fuck you talk to, or nigga, what? Because they wasn't listening before. When it was like, well, listen, I mean, what I'm thinking is maybe we should try this, or no, that wasn't really right, or that wasn't the way it really happened, or I didn't do that, or blah blah blah. And they not trying to hear that shit. So sometimes you might have to be like, yo, hold the fuck up. Because when you do it like that, somebody might hold the fuck up. Hey, yo, my man. Niggas definitely listen to other niggas when niggas start raising their voice. Because they either one has to submit or they're gonna start rumbling. That's it. That's it. But after that altercation, you're gonna be thinking about what you could have said differently or done differently. Okay. Mia says your point can be made without yelling. Carol says, I'm not a child. You don't have to admonish me to show me I made a mistake. That might be you. Some people don't acknowledge their mistakes. They really won't. Some people refuse to acknowledge their accountability in anything. Stacy says, well, I never had that. I don't think I would want that yelling to my man. Okay. And she also says, I was told that my heart is very sensitive. Okay. I hear you. It says, that's true. You have to show more aggression. Sometimes. Sometimes motherfuckers act like they don't hear you. I mean, unfortunately, for some kids, they be getting out of line, they be acting all crazy, they be acting like they don't hear you telling them to stop acting up to you, pop them in the back of their head, and all of a sudden they hearing is perfect. Like, oh shit, yeah. I didn't hear you say sit down or shut the fuck up, or I didn't hear you, mom. I didn't hear you, dad. That pop upside there, boy. Huh? Now all of a sudden they got sonic hearing. Everything you say after that, you got their full attention. Carol says, it's all in the way that you speak to someone. Just because a person doesn't respond doesn't mean they didn't hear you. Yeah, but I think it does depend on the person that you're dealing with. And Carol says, some choose not to respond like me if you're yelling. Yeah, I mean, some people I don't know about you, but I've dealt with plenty of people who don't respond when you don't show more aggression, when you don't yell, when you don't kind of show them, what I mean? Unfortunately, sometimes your body language has to get involved. Like sometimes with the raising of the voice, the shoulders have to get involved. Like they see, like, I'm not coming here to talk about playing with you. But anyway, when your girl has to remind you that when your woman has to remind you that she's still a girl, she might really have to remind you that she's still a girl. Like the way you talk to her, the way you show affection to her. You know, a man really has to watch what he says to his woman. Because, like I said, sometimes she might be acting like a ride or die so much that he can forget that there's certain things that he can't say to her. There's certain ways that he can't address her. She might have let some shit slide before. She might have been letting it slide for a while. It doesn't mean that it hasn't been poking at it. It doesn't mean that it hasn't been irritating her. It doesn't mean that she's been liking it. It can be quite the opposite. So, you know, like I said, niggas calling they girls bro. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. Mm-mm. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes she'll remind you that you need to call her sweetheart or baby or honey or what I mean, something, some type of soft, sweet type of name that you have, pet name that you might have for her. She might need that. Y'all been going to war against the world with each other so hard, you might have forgot. That menstrual cycle coming every 28 days, dog. It's coming. Mia says, like you said earlier, it comes down to communication and comprehension. Okay. Carol says, I'm your woman, not the dude on the corner. Talk to me like I'm your partner. And I'm just like that, Carol. Because niggas can forget. They really can. That nigga. I eat seeds. I don't spit seeds. So just in case y'all was wondering, what do you do with the seeds? Yeah, I eat those because I know for a fact that they're very nutritious. They're actually more nutritious than the red part. Yeah. You have to get reminded that, yeah. Just because you saw her change the oil in her car or change her own or change her own brakes. Niggas, some niggas never get over that. Like, yo, I just she not a fix a car. Now she's a dude to him. You gotta get over it, homie. She not your boy. That's not your boy. She might be closer to you than your boy. She might be more of a rider for you than your boy is, but that's not your boy. That's not your boy. Stop talking to her like that. But he can forget. Sometimes being a rider can make people forget that you might need to tone it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, she still like flowers and candy. Shit like that. Emily Dunlap in the house. She says, I'm not hurting my vocal cords screaming at or with anyone. You got to scream to raise your voice. But I hear what you're saying. Stacey White says, I can't fix none of that. What, change the oil in the car or the brakes? Well, some women can. Yeah, some women can do hard hat type shit, but does it mean, look, the hat is hard. The emotions might be soft. The hat is hard. The head can be hard too. But what's inside the head is mushy, squishy. when a woman has to remind her man that she's still a girl. She's still a girl. She likes girl things. Like I said, she might need flowers and candy every now and then. She definitely might need to be told that, that you love her, and that you value her, and that you think that she's great and that she's pretty. How about that one? Oh shit. Sometimes niggas forget to tell they woman that she's pretty, that she looks good. Women like to be told that they're pretty. You can talk about their body all you want, like, oh, that's a bad bitch, you got fat ass, bitch, whatever. But they want to be told that they're pretty. Because pretty is different from having a nice body. We all know that some women have a really nice body, but they got that dog face. And don't no woman want a dog face. No woman that I ever know. No woman that I've ever known was cool with not being pretty. It's not always in their control, but they want to be pretty. And they want their man to acknowledge the fact that she's pretty. Sometimes men can forget to tell her, like, listen, I really think that you're pretty. I really think that you're pretty. I really think that you're pretty. It's a pretty girl. Maybe when y'all doing it nasty, you could say it in a different way. But I'll leave that up to y'all. That's private. That's private. But yeah, your woman might have to remind you of that. I mean, there are plenty of women out here be like, well, you never tell me I'm pretty. There are plenty of women who say it. I've been told that I didn't say it. And I know I was guilty. I know I was guilty. And one of the reasons I didn't say it is because I didn't think so. You can be attractive, but I think I used to put too much thought into what pretty means. So I would only tell women I thought were pretty that they were pretty. I had to check myself for that. Like, nah, nigga, go ahead and say that shit. Fuck your Webster's definition and fuck your personal definition. Say it. It ain't gonna hurt you. She needs to hear that more than you need to keep it 100 with yourself. You don't need to keep it 100 with yourself over that. Plus, you thinking to yourself, like, why would you be messing around with somebody that you didn't think was pretty? Sure, there are other reasons, but nonetheless, she's going to let you know that she's a girl. She's a girl, and she needs to be told that she's pretty. This should be like a no-brainer, though. It really should. But some niggas never do it. They might be mad at their girl. Just keeping it a buck. Some men are so pissed off with their woman taking all of these selfies and seeming like they are so stuck on themselves. Them chicks that be taking all them selfies and putting themselves all over the internet, they looking for validation. It's not because they really think that they look as good as people are telling them. They need to be told that. Somewhere in their lives, they weren't told. And so they're trying to make up for it. Now, it can be irritating because it's like, well, damn, 100 inboxes and 100 messages in your inboxes by different niggas telling you that you pretty, that you fine, that you this, that, and the third. That ain't enough? Evidently not, because it doesn't really matter how many of them tell her. They need it from the one. They need it from the one. They need it from the one. And so the one that they might be with might not be the one that tells them, because he like, shit, why should I have to tell you whenever we got all these other niggas telling you? So he never tells her. It's a miscommunication issue again. It's a miscommunication issue, and that's a bad one. That's a bad one. Mm. Emily says, I don't like to raise my voice. I'll wait. I will wait till they're over their tantrum and speak calmly with them. Okay. Carol says, some men can't handle an independent woman. It's not like she doesn't want your help. Many women are that way because they've had to be. Understandable. Emily says, I've been told to let men help me or ask for help, but it's easier if I just do it myself. I'm learning now to ask. Mia says, you're right about that. Tell me I'm pretty. Stacy says, I never had that problem before. Nope. Emily says, I'm in a few groups on social media and someone is always saying, post a picture for this or that. Just what, yo, man, I ain't gonna lie, Emily, that shit irks the shit out of me too. I'd be like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, please don't get a selfie thread started because it gets off the chain. Uh, 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 no smile challenge, sunglasses challenge. Get the fuck out of here. But people on social media like that shit. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking your image. But when we talk about when your woman has to remind you that she's a girl, yeah, she needs to be told that she's pretty. And a lot of men forget to do that. But they get reminded. They might get reminded. And then it's like, you get to thinking like, this is crazy though. You get to thinking like, what you talking about? I tell you that you pretty all the time. Because in a man's mind, he swore he said it. He swore he said it, and he didn't. He might have been thinking it. He might have been feeling it. But a lot of times he didn't verbalize it. He didn't say it. He might have told her everything except for she's pretty. You the best thing that ever happened to me. You're so wonderful. Oh my God. I mean, shoot, you the best. You just the greatest. Like I love you so much, man. You know what I mean? You the Z to my A. You are the Z to my A and all of the 24 letters in between. Baby, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. You are my A to my Z. You are my Z to my A to the Z, Z to the A. I wouldn't want to know other way. Yeah, the day is going to come that we going to bring those two letters together from beginning to end. And you more than a lover and more than a friend. You are something that I needed to be with to the end. And I know that you will show all of the qualities that I need you to have for me. And I want you to be the right for me. And I'm going to be there for you. Yeah, you know how we do. And you know that it's TRW. Actually, that's TRU with the E, but you understand what I'm talking about. You understand me, and I understand you. But I haven't told you that you're pretty enough, and shit is kind of rough, and I know stuff out there when we are going through things. You can treat me like a king, and I value you just like a burger that I was having that I needed when I was hungry. And you show me so much. But I'm going to tell you like this. You are pretty as such. And I don't tell you enough, but I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. So yeah, men need to do that more. Way, way more. And he thought he thought now is it me? Or does it seem like some men all they do is compliment their woman? So I mean, you probably need a balance. Like if you tell your woman that she's pretty all the time, but you never tell her that she's smart, you never tell her that she's important, you never tell her that she's worthy, you never let her realize or you never highlight her significance in in your life or whatever, you just always talking about how pretty you are. Oh my God, you so fine. You so blah, blah, blah. You so blah, 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 blah. So you might be appealing to her ego in that regard, but maybe she has so much more that she wants to offer you or has been offering you. You're not acknowledging that. So you got to have a little bit of balance. She has to be told that she's pretty, but she also has to be told that she's important. She might need to be told that her input is appreciated. Like this thing runs because of you. Your ideas are is what makes this thing work so well. Your contribution is important. Not just the pretty face. You're bigger than just the bright neon sign outside. You are the business. So it's like, and that's another thing or another way that a woman might remind a man that she's still a girl, because he's thinking that it all I have to do is this thing one way and she needs it done some other ways. Like a girl. Like a girl. Carol Chamberlain says, if I get my hair done, if I buy a new dress, if I change the way I if I change the way if I change the way I dress or if I change the way that I dress, please acknowledge how I look. Tell me I look good. Fair enough. And she says, that goes both ways. A man should always tell him, I mean, a woman should always tell a man how good he looks and how she feels about them. I agree. We have a communication issue, y'all. That's what we got. That's what we got. I ain't done a show this long in a while. We gonna end this shit right now. Look at these birthday shout outs, man. Got me. I'm trying to, what I mean? Keep my view count up, but keeping this shit an hour or less. Y'all got me, I mean? Yo, man, y'all slick. Oh, I forgot I went to the store. Because y'all maybe, yeah. I forgot this is a two-part show. I forgot. I forgot. All right, y'all. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious. Last day of April 30th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. Get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get. Yeah, Carol. I know I started late, but I'm looking at the counter on this video and it's already up to 1 hour and 23 minutes. An hour is an hour. So it only starts when I start the show, not when I say that the show is going to start. Anyway, you know what I mean? See, there you are, reminding me that you're a girl again. All right. Number one out the box, Yakia Holly. Happy birthday to you. And Miraculous Credit Morris turning 46 years old today. And Dewana Price turning 56 years old today. And Janessa Edwards turning 33 years old today. And Aaliyah Jordan, happy birthday to you. And Princess Nikki turning 39 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Patricia Hunter turning 69 years old today. And Trisha Shields, happy birthday to you. And Zion Black, happy birthday. And Jean Fields, happy birthday to you. And she's a go-getter. And Victoria Pertrell Staples, that's my girl. Happy birthday to you, ma. And last but not least, turning 47 years old today, Janelle Relaford. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And I want to acknowledge everybody who's born on this glorious, glorious April 30th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on, do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen. When a woman has to remind a man that she's still a girl, it could be because he hasn't been paying enough attention. It could be because she's been riding so hard for him that, you know, he's gotten comfortable to the point where, you know how it is when you get comfortable. Sometimes you get comfortable because you're so safe and you're so unbothered, you're so content that you start to take certain things for granted. Now, I know when we start talking about taking things for granted, we're often talking about someone being taken unfair advantage of, but it's not always that way. Sometimes the advantage that or the granted that you're being taken for is the fact that you know that somebody is going to be there because they've been there, they pledged to be there, they follow through, you've been able to trust them and all of that. But you have to remember, my brother, that she's your sister and your wife, and that's your woman in your life, and she's a lady in your life, like Michael Jackson said. You're the lady in my life. It is what it is. So if she starts reminding you that she's a girl, don't make it worse by being like, "Oh man, why you acting like a little punk?" Don't do that. Not today. Not today. Don't do that. Just, you know, try to improve the communication that you have between each other, and acknowledge what the both of you want and what you've been deficient in. You know what I mean? And, you know, it shouldn't have to go into, you know, anything dealing with resentment or anything like that. Just step up to the plate and do a little better. Do a little better. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. for another Daily Go Get a Business show. So make sure y'all come through. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobas. Peace.